Julie and Todd Chrisley in prison for tax evasion. Here's when reality stars appear in court. It's been more than a year since disgraced reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley began their prison sentences for bank fraud and tax evasion. Next month, the Chrisley Knows best stars will have their day in court, their attorney says. And cameras might be there to film, for a possible new reality show with their daughter. Here's what we know. Is there a new reality show with the Chrisleys? In January 2024, Savannah Chrisley, the reality TV personality who starred on Chrisley Knows Best with her parents, teased about a new reality show in the works. In the Jan. 23 episode of her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, the 26-year-old said a less scripted reality show focused on life with the Chrisleys, as Julie and Todd Chrisley are in prison, is in development with Scout Production Company. Since Todd and Julie Chrisley's incarceration, Savannah has had parental custody of the minor children, Grayson and Chloe. A pilot was filmed along with a sizzle reel, and the concept was pitched to networks. But because of the writers' strikes, the project was put on hold, until now, Savannah Chrisley said in the podcast. It's definitely happening, she said of the unnamed show. Who are Julie and Todd Chrisley? Todd and Julie Chrisley, who portrayed themselves as real estate tycoons, gained fame with their USA Network reality show Chrisley Knows Best, which followed their tight-knit, boisterous family and the Chrisleys' lavish lifestyle in Atlanta and Nashville. The show drew in more than 2 million viewers by its 8th season and inspired spin-offs such as Growing Up Chrisley and According to Chrisley. The shows featuring the Chrisleys continued to air despite their legal troubles up until the reality TV couple was sentenced to prison. The Chrisleys traded their luxurious lifestyle for prison time, turning themselves into their respective prisons. Jan. 17, 2023. Prosecutors said the reality TV couple was driven by greed as they engaged in an extensive bank fraud scheme and then hid their wealth from tax authorities. In fall 2022, the couple's attorney, Jay Sargent, told Radar Online that their next day in court was pushed to April 2024. The pair's appeal hearing was supposed to happen in Atlanta in March 2024, but Sargent revealed it was postponed until the week of April 15, 2024. Where are Julie and Todd Chrisley serving time for tax evasion? Julie Chrisley, 51, is serving her prison sentence at the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, an administrative security federal medical center with an adjacent minimum security satellite camp, the prison's website says. According to a Federal Bureau of Prisons records search on Jan. 26, 2024, Julie Chrisley's prison release date is Aug. 20, 2028. Overall, her sentence was reduced by more than a year. She was originally set to serve her time in the federal prison camp in Marianna, Florida, about 2.5 hours away from Pensacola, where her husband, Todd Chrisley, began serving his 12-year sentence, court records say. For reasons unknown, Julie Chrisley was reassigned from the Florida prison to a federal medical center in Kentucky. Her 55-year-old husband Todd Chrisley is serving time at FPC Pensacola, described on its site as a minimum security federal prison camp. A Jan. 26, 2024 check on the Federal Bureau of Prisons shows Todd Chrisley will be released Nov. 23, 2032. Will Todd and Julie Chrisley be released from prison early? It's been more than a year since Julie and Todd Chrisley began their prison sentences for bank fraud. But instead of the respective 7 and 12-year sentences, each has had their prison time slightly reduced. In December, the Palm Beach Post reported Julie Chrisley would be released from prison Sept. 4, 2028, according to the Bureau of Prisons site. Last month, the Palm Beach Post reported Todd Chrisley's release date was Dec. 8, 2032. In a People magazine story in July, their attorney shared how the fight over their conviction for financial crimes has progressed. Sargent, a partner at Weiner Law Group LLP, told People, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals can reverse the district court, where they could remand the case back for hearings that should have been held that were not held during the course of this trial. We argued very vigorously that their constitutional rights have been violated, and that they basically were not given a fair hearing. It's all in black and white, actually. Is there a new Chrisley TV show? In her Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley podcast, the reality TV star mentioned her upcoming show and her parents' fight for early release. It would feature Savannah, her siblings, and their grandmother. Like her podcast, prison reform would be heavily covered on the show. I hope that we're filming whenever we go to the oral arguments for the appeal. She goes on to explain that potential footage shot in April would likely not be seen by viewers until November 2024, adding, hopefully mom and dad come home by then. In addition to the podcast, an appearance on Special Forces, World's Toughest Test on Fox, Savannah Chrisley told her Unlocked listeners that she recently filmed a pilot in New York for a true crime show. I'm not this millionaire that's out here. I work my off every single day to provide for these kids. I'm no better than anyone else to have to work and to have multiple jobs, which I do.